What's up, y'all? Sawtooth Dave here. Just gonna do a kind of, well, I always say quick one, but I'm gonna try to do a quick one today. If you follow me on Instagram, you've seen this. This is an EOS. Damn, I didn't bring the original stud. Oh well. I got this one. Y'all might remember me talking about selling a sawtooth from my buddy Aaron. Well, Aaron sold the sawtooth basically to get this. He wasn't 100% happy with this and wanted to check out something else. I can't remember what it was at this point. Dude buys and sells, you know, when he's got the opportunity. So the opportunity popped up for something else he wanted, so he bought that. So I bought this off him, which was kind of what I told him when I didn't really convince him, but you know, I had a sawtooth, somebody else wanted it, he wasn't really using it, so he was like, yeah, go ahead and sell it. But he was, you know, like I said, I wouldn't try to talk him into it, but I know he wasn't using it, so I wanted to pass it on to somebody else to use it. But anyway, when I did that, I told him if he didn't like this knife, the knife he was gonna buy, that I'd just buy it off of it. So I did. I don't know the name of it, EOS something or other. These hideous colors, man. I can't stand it at all. Obviously, it's got button head bolts in it right now. I came with a single-sided thumb stud, so it didn't even have one on the back side. It's just the other side. It's interesting as far as the anodization goes, but it's just not me at all. If y'all like that kind of colors, and more power to you. Just not my flavor at all. I wasn't really sure. I've never messed with any EOS. I wasn't really sure what to think of this guy. You know, I've been carrying and following the gripper since Jason had that release of it. You know, now I have the custom gripper, the prototype gripper, and one production gripper. They're all out in loan, but I got them all. And so the biggest thing with that knife for me is the thickness. I want a knife that's thicker. So this does have a little thicker blade stock. I haven't put a mic on it to see what it is, or calipers for you people that don't know how to use a mic. I'm just gonna guess eyeball wise, it's pretty close to 3/16. I'd say somewhere in that area anyhow, which is pretty standard for the bigger knives, right? Like I said, it had a single-sided thumb stud when it came. I got it inside. I was going to show it to you guys, but before I go bastardizing this thing, which I am definitely going to make this knife my knife, I kind of wanted to show it to you as is, so y'all can see if I screwed it up, in your opinion, or if you think I improved it. So first of all, the color's got to go for me. So I think I already mentioned that. I know I did, actually. They're going to get sandblasted for sure. My general opinion of the build itself is a good build. This is run on phosphor bronze. It's not the most drop sheddy. It doesn't have the best detent or nothing like that. It's a good knife, man. And the more I play with it, the more I really understand it. I wasn't really sure, looking at that, if this would be a good finger placement or not, but I found if I put my finger up on it, and I ain't gonna say it's the most comfortable, but it's not uncomfortable, just to put it right on top of that flat, much like I would a sawtooth. I didn't even bring a sawtooth out. This is a quick video. Iona's Edge is on his way. We're gonna hang out for a little bit. So I'm just trying to do this real quick before he gets here. It'd probably take him 30 minutes to get here anyhow, but. So color's gotta go on that one. Obviously, because I just put button head bolts in there. I'll make thumb studs for it, but I kind of like the way the button head crown, that you know, that crown of the button head. I kind of like how it feels when I finger flick it and when I thumb it. So I might try to mimic that same thing instead of just using the corner round like I did on my Direware. Like when I did this on the Direware, I just put a corner round on top. I didn't dome it. You see how it's flat on top? So I might do the same thing with this one, but I might do this dome too. I'm not sure. I kind of like the way it feels. All right, so just a few things that I've noticed since I've had it, right? Okay, so one is this little point right here. Like I don't know any point. What is the point, I guess is what I'm trying to say, is to having this sharp point right there. Does anybody have a clue? Because, okay, the stop pin, which is right there, will engage it, okay? But does it have to wrap all the way around it? Not to me, it doesn't. So I don't know why they just didn't radius that over, you know, just smooth it over. So I'll be doing that. Let's see what else. The inside's pocketed, which I can't stand. I wish I didn't do it. See, there you go. You can see the pockets in there. I hate that they lightened it up. I know Lefty did a video this morning talking about you should always make a knife light. To me, I'm just the opposite, man. Leave it alone. Like, or make a light version and a heavy version. Like, I'm one of the people that wish this was full weight. And honestly, that's probably my biggest bitch about this knife is full weight. Another thing I've noticed in playing with it is, even though they got these design features that's supposed to make the knife look cool or whatever, they kind of have sharp edges to them. And the more you fondle it with your hand, you can kind of feel it in your palm. It's just not the most friendly thing. It's weird, but it's true. It's just not the smoothest. It just needs to be I don't know, deburred or something a little bit better than what it is. So I'm not sure what I'll do with that, but I'll do something to kind of fix that up while I'm blasting it. I thought about trying to make a backspacer, put a little bit of weight in it, something like a copper, just for lefty. There you go. But I don't know. I may leave it with a standoff. There's one, it's basically like one standoff right there. So I could easily make locating pins and kind of bore them into each side of the scale and make a backspacer with just secured right here. But I don't know if I really want to do it or not. I may and I may not. Just depends on the amount of time I have, amount of effort I want to put into this knife. Is this knife a keeper for me? I don't know. I dig it. I'm not looking to get rid of it, but I might at the same time. So I don't know. So I'm gonna just do my thing on it, and if it turns out someone wants it, that's cool. I'll probably end up selling it. If not, then I'll probably never keeping it. I do like the Wharncliffe style knife. This is basically, if you think about it, or if I think about it, I guess I should say, in my mind, this is kind of like the American version of that gripper for me. It's definitely a thicker, beefier knife, which is what I like. This, you know, faceted style blade, I wish it was just a nice gentle curve. If it was a nice gentle curve, I'd probably like it a lot better than what it is right now. And I don't know why, but like it just seems out of place to me compared to the rest of the knife. Maybe it's just me, I don't know. I do like the millwork they did in the pivot. See how they did that? I like how they did that. That's kind of nice. The original thumb stud was just a couple holes. I mean, just holes around it. Now, basically, I just stuck 2 drill bits in it, put a screwdriver in between it, popped it loose, just screwed in there. So we'll figure out something. I think it was 832, 632, I can't remember. I got that thumb stud in there. I haven't really measured it for threads, but like I said, I'll make something. What else thought wise? Oh, so the relief, you guys that have Medfords, you'll know this too. So that instead of just chamfering the relief in the lock bar so you disengage it, they do this little step milling thing. You see it in there? See how it's step milled? It leaves this edge super sharp and thin. So I'm gonna do something with it. Probably just come in here and chamfer it or deburr. I might even come down here and deburr a little notch so I can get both fingers in here and where I can go to disengage it a little easier. Well, that's hard to describe in the video, but I think you guys get the gist of it. Let's see what else. I don't know. That's probably enough for now. And I don't know, do you guys want to actually see how I do this stuff or just show you when I'm done? It's been my style to just show you when I'm done. Oh, the blade did have a slight, and it's it's going to be hard as hell to see, but it had a slight little bit of rust up in here, like a little speckly rust. So I'll probably blast the blade again, especially after I get done doing the mods there. I might even make this a gentle curve instead of this faceted more. And then I was thinking about doing a polished flat on it, or at least satin flat, something like that. But I don't know. I just have to wait and see, I guess. See if it talks to me or not. I might acid etch it, acid stonewash it. I don't know. I guess we'll find out. I'm thinking about trying, instead of just doing I normally do the bead blast on the titanium. It kind of gives it that light gray. I might try to get some aluminum oxide, do like a darker blast on this one, because I kind of dig the darker one. I see it like when DSK does his dark blast and that sort of thing. And some of the older Medfords are kind of like that darker blast too. I may try that on this one, or just maybe some different media or something, just to experiment with some finishes or something. But purple and green, it ain't gonna be next time y'all see it. So a couple people said they liked it the way it was as is. Maybe you can find one, I don't know. This one ain't staying this way. I gotta change it. It's just not my flavor at all. So it was a cool of air and pass that along to me, or whatever, however you want to look at it. But this is gonna be a fun little project. I'm gonna look forward to that. I think I'm gonna modify my MKT, the 187 DPT. I'm gonna kind of go over this a little quick too and see if y'all agree with me on this one. Okay, so on this one, when it locks out, you see that nub hanging down? Why is it there? There's no reason for it to be there, right? I mean, you got a little bearing track, or the detent track rather, I should say. On this side, you can see kind of, I don't know if you can see the shit light I got, but it's pretty tight in here, but it's definitely exposed a little bit. Basically right here at this point, it's pretty exposed, but there's no reason why they can't take that and just radius it in where that finger groove actually works, instead of, it's like a nub that pushes you out away from the frame. I don't really get why it's there. So I'm thinking about, you know, basically changing that shape of it and making it kind of curl back in and see what it looks like. Probably gonna do that actually. I heard someone, I can't remember, say something about how the knife was ground if it changed the heat treat on it or something like that. So I think what I'll do on this one is actually test it before I do anything. I'll bring it to work. maybe I'll take a picture or something, I don't know. But I'll test the hardness of it before I do the mod. Then I'll do the mod and retest it and see if it makes any difference at all. I don't suspect the way I'm going to do it's going to change anything. And it's basically like the hotter, if you put heat into your blade, of course it could change it, right? But I'm going to do everything with home tools. I'm not going to do this one at the machine shop. I'm going to do this with home tools just to show you that it can be done at the house if you think about how you want to do it and keep it cool. The biggest thing is just keeping it cool. So I think what I'm going to do is the angle grinder and just cut the majority of it off right away. Obviously I might have to stop a couple times and dip it in some water or whatever I need to do to keep it cool. Then I'm gonna put an arbor for a Dremel bit, or maybe just check the whole Dremel bit up in a drill press and basically put something flat underneath it to hold it square and basically round it off, radius it. And I believe that's how I'm gonna do it, and polish it up probably with the Dremel as well. But I'm gonna do it all at the house just to see how it turns out. Just another project, man. I just need something to keep me going, I guess, pretty much. Loaners. So I've loaned quite a few out. Maybe you'll see some of those on some other guys' channels, I don't know. But Steve loaned me his Direware, which was one that Plethora Blades was selling. And man, I'm kicking myself for not buying this. Steve, this is a badass knife, dude. So out of all the Direwares that I've handled, which, you know, there's only been the few that I have, and Darcy swears we had another one in the past. I just don't remember it, but maybe we did. Memory ain't what it used to be, man. But as far as like the action and stuff, I really, really think this one has got the superior action. So the other flippers I got, the little Hawkbill, you can flip it no problem. It's got a stronger detail on the Hawkbill, but you can't get behind the thumb stud and flick it out on that Hawkbill. It's just not happening. This one you can even get behind that and flick it out too. Like, it's not happening on the other D10. It's stronger than this one is. Now the one that I modified, after I modified it, put the taller thumb stud where I could get to it, I was able to do it. Before I was able to do that, it was really extremely hard to flick out, but now it's fine. The action on this is great too. I love this. Man, I freaking love Direwares. They're probably my favorite brand right now, if I'm being honest. Like, dude, I'm just all about Direwares. So, like, I don't know why. Super thick, not the most practical for cutting anything, but they're fun as hell. But anyway, so the other thing that kind of surprised me about this one, and I think this one was a solo. I thought it was a solo, and maybe it's just slightly different, but you see it's a decent amount longer on this solo than it is mine. So, I mean, maybe this, I know this blade looked like it was broke when I got it, like the tip was broke off of it, but you can still see there's a pretty sizable difference lengthwise. Well, I guess it's not that sizable. I thought there was more than it was. But it's definitely different. This is a newer version. I guess the hollowed out pivot makes it newer. How you write stuff on the blade now, and see it's kind of like lasered in there now. You see that? And then on this one, it was more machined into it. If you can see it, is it on the wrong side? No, it's the right side. Hang on a second, let me wipe some of this oil off of it. Wow, I guess the light ain't gonna cooperate with me. It's machining on this side anyhow. So maybe that's the way once his detent dialed in, it's a little bit lighter now, but it works for everything now instead of just, you know, just flipper like that other one I have, the Hawkbill. This one is noticeably thinner. It's not pocketed on the inside, it's not relieved, but it's thinner, and obviously they're contoured still, but like you can see the thickness of those scales versus these scales. See that? So I definitely like the thicker stuff. It definitely has more weight. Even though this is carbon fiber, I'd be willing to bet you this one still weighs more than this one does. Pretty close, I'd still say. If this was full tie, this would definitely be a chonker, which is definitely what I'm looking for. But noticing on Arizona Customs, they have quite a few Direware, so I'm getting tempted, man. Getting tempted. This big guy right here is definitely the size I like. I like this size. I just wish it was a little bit beefier. The finish on this one is probably the reason I really didn't buy it from Plethora Blades. It's kind of like a purpley, plummy, I don't know. It's just a odd color. I think I got a yellow light on here. Let's see if I can change this light and make it a little bit better maybe. There we go, white light. There we go. That's a little better. See, that's more natural is what it was. Sorry about the shit light. There we go. It's more of a purpley kind of color. Man, if that was just a blast, like a dark blast, oh, I love that shit. But this, I mean, this is a badass blade as is. No questions about it. That's probably the only reason I really didn't buy it from Plethora Blades. Plus, Steve beat me to it. Not that we were in a race, but you know, he purchased it before I could have. But I was a couple weeks out from, you know, having the funds where it wasn't going to affect us personally on the finances, and it just worked out the way it did. I got the Trouble Blade Works Mofo from Plethora Blades. It's out on loan right now too. I probably would have sent it to Steve as well to check out, because I think he wants to see it too. But when I get it back, I'll probably send it Steve's way. He's got I sent him the Old Dominion Chupacabra, the one I got at Blade Show. So I think he'll dig that one too. Something different to see. But anyway, big thanks to Steve, Scotch and Things. I'm sure y'all know who Steve is. Charles, the guy who won the giveaway, he finally contacted me on Thursday. For a while there, I was like, man, this dude ain't gonna contact me. I have to give it to somebody else. But we look forward to sending that stuff to Charles. He does want me to sharpen that K-bar folder that I think it's called TDI or TMI, or I don't know what the hell, T something. I'll sharpen it for him. But right now, remember that big Wilderness Billy I was showing y'all, that Work Tough gear? I got it clamped up in, basically I'm using a Lansky and a KME to sharpen it. But when I get done doing that, and that's going to be a project, when I get done doing that, I'll go ahead and jump on that TDI. Problem is, I really only have nights unless I bring it to work, and it's probably not going to happen. The time to do it at work is the hard part. So I don't really know what I'm doing before I get there most of the time. So other news, that 187 RMP scale I was working on, I got the outside of it done, but on the inside of the RMPs, he's got like a little, basically a stop pin. So I got that track I got to do on the inside of it, and then basically chamfer the inside of it, and it'll be pretty much done. It's like probably 75% done. Probably need 25% work, and then it'll be done. I might gotta do all the finished work to it, but maybe I'll get it done this week. Maybe I won't. I don't have anything drawn up for it yet. I gotta pick up some numbers, and I thought I had some stuff drawn, but I didn't have all the information I needed. So I gotta take it to the CMM, get a couple more numbers off of it, draw it up in Mastercam, and then write a program for it real quick. Do it. Shouldn't be a hard program to write or anything like that, or all that stuff just takes time, and don't know if I'm gonna have it or not. So maybe I'll show you something next week. Maybe I won't. I don't know. Same with all these projects. Like, I'm kind of chomping at the bit to get started on these projects. So I might do another video with Yonan when he gets here. It depends on, you know, what we get into, what we end up doing. I don't know. Like, there's a lot more guys in this AZ knife meetup group, and so hopefully next time, which I think is going to be at Yonan's house, it's going to be early October. Maybe we'll film some of that. Maybe we won't, but hope I get a chance to introduce some of you guys and expose y'all to how cool it is to be at like a knife meetup with buddies, you know. But Ewan's is my closest buddy as far as my area. So I've been by his house several times. This is the first time he's coming over here. We're just gonna hang out and do our thing. So if it's something entertaining, I might throw a camera on it and entertain it or whatever, and I might not. I also took a little video of the terror squads running around, the four-legged guys. Y'all haven't seen the Frenchie in a minute, and a couple people asked about Wetzel too. So like Kevin said, a couple, two. Anyway, all right, y'all be cool. We'll see you next week. If y'all got the lefty jokes, you probably watched this video from earlier. All right, then. We'll see y'all next week, man. Take it easy. Quick shot of the terror squad. Here's the terror squad leader. There. Hey, there. Hey, little punk. Look at me. Look, the people want to see you. Hey, yo. Hey. What are you eating on? And there's the other one. Let's see if we're over here. Come on. That's bright as shit out here. This is a shit video. Terror squad, what's up?